Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now we're going to get into something a little bit more interesting. What I showed you recently was how to animate different parts of a landing page, and that's all great because it's great to stagger certain content. Sometimes it's really nice to see some parallax effects. It's just the delivery of certain pieces of content on the website. Sometimes it needs motion, but ultimately I feel like motion is really great for usability. You've heard me say this before. And where I find motion being the most useful is when you're trying to get a user to do something. Now, let's jump into this second part of this home renovation landing page. So the first part we have here. So this is the landing page. Now, if a person wanted to get an estimate, because we want them to kind of start their process of getting a renovation done with us, we would actually have a full flow for that. So I put together something really quickly. You have the designs for this, and I'm using a lot of really great practices here for just general design when we're talking about form flow. So we're going to get into ways that we can incorporate design and motion into a flow like this. So we can start talking about ways that we can incorporate motion to make this flow much more usable and just overall a better experience. So let's jump right in. Now, I'm not going to go through designing this because you've already seen me really get into the way I create auto layout containers and these different types of icons and how I kind of find those icons. You can take these icons that I've used, you can take these designs I've used, you can use them for your own sites, you can use them as a starting point for what you want to create. I just really want to get you comfortable with implementing some motion design principles in your existing designs or your new designs or these designs. So what I have here is a nice little onboarding experience, or you can call it a form experience, whatever you like. But this is a form experience for getting an estimate. So I have my introductory page. And at the top, I have this kind of bar that's going to help us tell the user where they are in the flow. Right now, I just want to show you how I'm going to plan out some of these other prototypes that you're going to see. Now, when I'm thinking about this whole form flow, there's a couple of different things that come into mind. One is I want users to easily know where they are within the process. Two, I want users to also know where exactly these pieces of content are coming from. So it would be nice to kind of have a slight transition from page to page, like sliding in. And then three, I think this is the most important. We need to really think about form usability. Now, this does take into account number one and number two of having transitions and showing progress, but I want people to also have a really great experience when they're interacting with these different form components or these inputs. So that's whether it's a hover micro interaction, whether that's a clicking interaction. I want to make that as usable as possible. So as you can tell, I have a couple of different questions here. So there's a bunch. We're going to go through inputs and different input states. We'll go through button states. We'll go through different input select states like this with drop downs. We'll go through this type of checkbox / radio button custom state. We'll have checkboxes and tooltips. And we'll even implement a pretty simple carousel. So you'll have the ability to take a lot of these designs, reuse them as your own. Also, you'll have the ability to showcase how these different types of inputs will actually work together to create a great usable form. And this is the basic design we are going to start with. In our next video, I'm going to start jumping in and breaking down some of the biggest interactions in this whole piece.